Hi everyone, I hope you're having a great day. Let me make sure it's connected and you can hear me. I think you can. Let's see. I'm sorry. Yep, you can. So the audio is working. So let me get this started over here too. All right. So I hope everyone is having a great Tuesday morning. This is Pilates Mat. So I'm going to teach this today with a mix of modifications. So if you already are advanced or you know the moves, great. Feel free to do the positioning that you know and it's best for your body. If you're brand new or newer to Pilates or just working out in general, a few things to keep in mind. If your head's lifted and you're having neck pain or feeling it here, always put your head down. Try not to push through these exercises or grit to get through them. Pilates is really more about building the muscles that aren't strong so you could be in balance. So if you have weaker ab muscles and that basically it's what will hurt your neck is your abs are weaker, or weaker inner thigh muscles, or you have a stronger outer thigh or hip flexors other than your abs or your glutes or your hamstrings. Those are the muscles that we want to connect. So we want to honor where your body is right now. We want to honor the fact that if you have a tight lower back and tight hip flexors, you're probably overusing those muscles. So learning something new, your body's going to utilize those muscles first, and it'll take a little bit to engage your abs maybe. And so what I'm really trying to say is be really aware and gentle with your body. If you have any lower back pain, if your hips start hurting or your neck starts hurting, stop the exercise, take a pause, pick it back up, or just take a moment of rest and don't complete all the reps. In Pilates, we only do maybe 10 max of something. Sometimes I start talking, so you might do a few more, but only do about 10 max of any of the exercises. So with that being said, I really want to focus on what the essence of Pilates is. It's more about you concentrating on the movement and how your muscles are engaging while you're doing a movement, and how that builds strength and flexibility. It's not do this position and then everything will be fine and that's it. It's the positioning is important, but also what your muscles are doing to hold you in that position. You can hold your legs up by gripping in your quads or your hip flexors. You can also hold your legs up by pulling your abs in, squeezing your inner thighs together, and using the backs of your legs, your hamstrings and glutes. And that's really what we want to do, is strengthen all the larger muscle groups. And we're training them to work first, so you don't hurt your back when you bend over to pick up something, because your abs are trained to help support your lower back, so you're not using your lower back. You'll have stronger hamstrings and glute muscles to also help with that reaching forward. So let's begin. We're going to work on the muscles in between your elbows and knees, and that's the focus. When in doubt, go ahead and go back to pulling your belly button in and engaging your abdominal muscles, letting your head, neck, and shoulders relax, and letting your lower back relax. The first exercise is called the 100, and you just begin by lying onto your back. Shoulders are going to pull down, so think of rotating the shoulder blades down and back, contracting your abdominal muscles. So ideally, you want your ab muscles to be flat in between your hip bones, and then pulled up from your pubic bone to the top of your rib cage. So you want all this to be flat, ideally, as you do the work. Then when you lift up, you're going to reach the arms up and then still try to flatten this out. If I really bulge in the center, it's going to come out, but I really am pulling my abs in. Then you're going to come up to a nice tabletop position here. Squeeze your inner thighs together and then start inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2. 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep looking in your belly button. If you want to, you can extend the legs out. Same thing, pulling this in, inhaling, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. In 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. In 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, last set, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bend in, let your head, neck, and shoulders relax. Let me take off my glasses. And just pull yourself in for a second and just let the lower back relax. So still lay on your back. I just want to talk about that for just a second. You don't have to do it again. We may do it in the middle. As you pulling your abs in, then you can't unnecessarily breathe into your belly. So where should you breathe? For Pilates and just for the time that you're doing the exercise, you want to make sure that you're pulling your abs in and you're breathing into your chest. So you have 3 lobes on the right side, your heart, and 2 lobes on the left. You want the breath to expand forward and back and side to side. So you want to get your lungs really strong. That's another thing that Pilates does. At the same time, as you pull your abs in, you're massaging your internal organs. So that sounds kind of funny, but it actually is what's happening. So it does help all of your organs, your whole body's system. It's connecting everything in your body as you do the exercise, and you're getting benefits from it. So just practice that, pulling your belly button in and breathing into your rib cage, because it's hard to pull your abs in, and then also if your breath goes there. So as we do the exercises, just try to remember that as well. The next exercise is called the roll up. So you could start with your legs bent, but it's always good to see kind of where you are with your strength in the beginning. So reach your arms up towards the ceiling, rotate the shoulder blades on your back. Your feet could be wide, flex your feet, pull your belly button in, and then you're just gonna round up. Now, if this is hard for you just to get up, and this is all you can, great, hold it here. Bend your knees, walk your feet towards your bottom, then squeeze your inner thighs together, grab a hold behind your thighs, and pull yourself up. Then, once you're up, you're gonna extend the legs out. And then just flex the feet and let the head go down. Just think of the arms stay in line with your shoulders. And then your hands could be down as well. So shoulders on your back, pull your belly button in. Then as you roll back, pull your belly button in towards your spine and think of your abs as what is controlling you. Again, if your legs come up, or if you need to bend your knees, pull your belly button in, let your head go down, and reach your arms over your head. Just stretch out there, lengthen. Slide the shoulder blades on your back, pull your ribs together, reach through those heels. Then, wherever you are, bend the knees if you need to. If you're here, you want to just pull up. And think of your head coming chin to your chest, and you're just reaching out beyond, and then let your head go. Then roll back down, pull your belly button in. If you can now, think of each vertebra going into the mat one bone at a time until your head goes down, arms over your head. Press the heels away from your torso, pull your belly button in. Lift your chin to your chest, round up, peel your spine up off of the mat, let your head go down, and then exhale, rolling back down. Pull your belly button in, lower back goes into the mat, head goes down, shoulders down. And again, belly button in, round up, reach, overhead goes forward, then roll back down, one bone at a time, and shoulders down. Okay, so that's the roll up. If you know the roll over, go ahead and do that now as I set up for the next exercise. So just take a moment after the roll up and just let the shoulders go down on your back, palms in towards your chest. Pull your right knee in towards your chest, then your left, and then give yourself a nice hug. See if you could try to get your tailbone down into the mat as you go ahead and, sorry, I was just making sure someone didn't have a comment. As you try to get your tailbone down, pull your knees in towards your chest. Then on your next inhale, go ahead and lower the left leg. If you are doing the roll over, go ahead and stop and come into this position. First, keeping that right knee in towards your chest, tailbone down, foot down. If that feels good, extend the left leg down and think of stretching through the left thigh as you bring that right knee in. Then extend the right leg towards the ceiling. Grab behind your thigh, and you're just gonna do a nice little warm up. Like today I'm really tight. I took a long walk yesterday, so my calves are tight. So is my ankle. So sometimes I also get really tight just by sitting a lot. So just circle, just kind of get some movement, blood flow. Still relatively early. Then take a moment here. Extend the leg out and try to lengthen behind your knee. So I don't want you to think of you're slamming your knee back. I want you to think that you're stretching this area here. As you do that, pull your abs in and place your hands onto your belly. If this is too much for your back, go ahead and bend your knee. Then, if this is fine, go ahead and keep it extended, turn the leg out, and just do little tiny circles. So think of that thing that I said earlier where imagine that your abs and your inner thigh are moving your leg and not your hip flexor and your lower back. So really think right here in your abs, you're pulling that inner thigh in, then reverse it. Then circle out, flatten out your abs, inner thighs working, legs reaching towards the ceiling, shoulders down, heads down, hold it here. Press through that heel and reach, reach, reach. And the sun is changing, so I apologize for that. Okay, pull it in here. And really think of that left leg in again. Start with the knee bent and pull the knee in. Arch your lower back so your tailbone goes down into the mat. Then extend the left leg out long. Hold it there. If that feels good, you don't have to. You could go back. And just move this leg around in the hip flexor. Find a place where it feels tight, so you feel something in the crease of the hip. And then hold. Then extend the leg out, same thing. Arms are straight. Shoulders can go on your back a little bit. And you're just gonna circle your foot. Keep breathing as you circle. Abs are in and out. Then reverse it. So even in the flex, even in a rest position, see if you can engage your abs the whole time. Doesn't have to be severe, but just sit there, just become aware of them. Then hold it here. Arms go down to the side. Anchor your right heel. Anchor both your sits bones. Anchor your shoulders and lengthen your leg. Cross the leg towards your body and then hold back up. Cross the leg. See if you can see your inner thigh. And imagine your inner thigh and abs, what's doing, so they pull in and they pull in more. They pull in, they stay in, and they pull in more. They pull in, and that leg reaches out, and that leg reaches out, then reverse it. So the one thing that I'm not doing well as I'm talking, I'm not holding this hip still. So really want to keep this hip really nice in place. One more, hold it there, reach through that heel, and then keep reaching out and reaching out and reaching out. And then just take a moment and rest. Imagine all of the tension that you've built in your body is totally gone. Let it just absorb into the ground. And then go ahead and come up however you'd like. But a fun way to come up is to grab behind your thighs and just kick the legs into the hands until you come up. Now we're going to do what's called rolling like a ball. So your feet are going to come in as close as you can, and your head's going to come down. Take a moment there, and just see if you can find your balance. If this is too much, lower your feet down and let your head go towards your knees. Try to let your shoulders soften. I am the worst at doing this. I always have to remind myself after all these years of dance and Pilates, so it's just a habit. So let your head just go down. If you can, find your balance here And you want your head as close as you can. If you have knee issues, you can grab behind your thigh and just wing your shoulders out to the side. Roll back and then bring yourself up. And again, roll back and up. And try not to use momentum if you can. You just want to use your ab strength. Pulling in and then controlling it up. 2 more. And last one. Hold it here. Just try to hold your balance. Then lower the feet down. Then you just bring your arms back. Gently pull yourself back. Feel your body flat again. Relax any tension that might have built up thinking about it or if it was difficult. Let the head, neck, and shoulders release. Now we're going to move on to what's called the 5-5. So pull your right knee in towards your chest. Again, you're just going to let your tailbone stay into the mat if you can. So if you've never done this exercise before, both hands onto your shin. If you've done this exercise before, right hand, right ankle, left hand on top of the shin. Left leg goes up or out or here. It only depends on where you can keep your abdominal muscles engaged the whole time. Lift your head, look into your stomach, shoulders onto your back, pull your belly button in, switch. If you're doing the hand movement, you're gonna left hand, left ankle. So you're doing that because you don't wanna pull it here. You want the same arm, same hand, same ankle connected. So your opposite arm is pulling your knee in towards your chest. And then switch. Keep pulling your belly button in. Shoulders go down. Belly button goes in. And 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 rest. Let your head, neck, and shoulders rest. If that's too much for your head, neck, and shoulders, bring it down on the next 4 exercises. Lift your head, look into your stomach. Now you're in that little ball position. Arms are gonna come up and then around. So if you have something going on with your shoulder, your arms can just go up and grab a hold. You can also grab behind your knees if you have any sort of knee pain. If you're healthy, again, your head could go down. You're gonna squeeze your inner thighs together, pull your abs in, arms come around and pull it in. Inhale out and exhale around. Let your head, neck, and shoulders rest. Then both legs go straight up to the ceiling. Again, think of lengthening behind your leg, but if it feels too much, soften your knee joint. I get hyperextended, so it's really easy for me to overlock. So it's a little better if my knees are a little bent for my knee joints. Then pull your belly button in. Lift just your hands so they're over your chest, and you're just gonna bring your right leg in. Then lift your head, and grab somewhere around your ankle. Lower the left leg down, shoulders down, pull that leg in and switch. And pull in and switch. And pull in and switch. And pull in and switch. So my abs go in, as I switch the legs. In. As I give a gentle pull, I'm stretching through the back of the leg and pulling my abs in. And pull. Pull. And in, and in, and in, and rest. Place your hands back behind your head, and just take a moment here and let everything rest and breathe. Let me just turn my camera, it kind of has a funky angle. Sorry. All right, let's see if that's a little bit better. No, maybe it's this way. Yeah, I think that looked good. Well, that's probably the same. So place your hands behind your head, interlock your fingers together. Then both legs go straight up to the ceiling. As you pull your belly button in, lift your head, look into your stomach. Lower the legs down and then scoop up. So your head should be either down and squeeze those inner thighs together. Pull your belly button in, or up. And then lift and lower and lift and lower and lift and lower and lift. One more. Bend in and rest. Then on your next inhale, go ahead and lift your head, look into your stomach. Twist towards the right as you extend the left leg out. And then twist back through. And then twist. And twist. And twist. Keep scooping out your abs. So my feet point, but they don't have to. Keep scooping out. So you're going to twist and curl. Twist and curl. And twist. And twist. And twist. One more. And then rest. Let your head, neck, and shoulders relax. Grab behind your thighs and rock yourself up to a seated position. If you've been doing Pilates for a while, go ahead and do roll-ups as the transition. From here, you want to, let's see if that angle's better. There you go. Okay. So I want to imagine that I'm sitting against a wall. And then as I grow up, my shoulders pull down. Then let my head go, pull my belly button in. And then I'm gonna round myself forward. So I'm trying to keep my arms in the same height as just so it doesn't go too far down. But if you have some shoulder issues, it will. Rotate the shoulder blades on your back and let your head hang. Really round in the upper part of your back. And still try to get the crown of your head towards your knees. Just hang out here and just do a little bit more of a stretch. Then pull your belly button in. Start stacking up your spine one bone at a time until the last thing to come up is your head, neck, and shoulders. And then again, you're going to round in your lower back and let your head drop. Bring the crown of your head towards your knees. As you round in on yourself, reaching those arms out in front of you. And then stacking up. Sit up nice and tall, shoulders down. Again, round back. Pull your belly button in and reach forward. Really round high in your upper back and really stretch through those calves. Then start stacking up, shoulders down, head up, abs in, and then lower down. Lower down now onto your back. You're going to pull your knees in towards your chest and just give yourself a nice moment. If you have really tight hips and hamstrings and hip flexors and lower back, then that is uncomfortable, so you want to give yourself a little bit of a moment to come back together. Next, we're going to do it's called the corkscrew. You can bring your hand underneath your tailbone if you're sensitive. You can make a diamond shape like that and lift your bottom and bring it here. If you're fine without it, go ahead and just make sure your hands now and your triceps press down into the mat. Both legs will go up. This is what's going to support you in my upper body, just not my neck. My neck will be free. Squeeze your inner thighs together. With both legs together, you're going to do a small circle to the right, a small circle, then circle to the floor, then to the left, and then hold. Then go left, down, around, and up, and center. And then other way, pull your abs in, and lift, and around, and lift, and squeeze, and lift, and squeeze, and lift. Hold it here. Pull your abs in, really reach through, then pull your knees in towards your chest. Transition to come up. Then we're going to do the saw. So now your feet are going to be a little bit wider than your mat. Sit up as high as you can. If you need to bend your knees on this one, do. Reach your arms straight out to the side. So you're lengthening through your waist. You're going to twist to the right. Take your pinky finger and try to reach towards your pinky toe. This back arm could flip up and reach in that diagonal. Your left side of your body is really heavy. And you're just going to hang out here and your head's going to go down. You're going to reach through your heels and you're going to pull your waist back. Then you're going to come up, sit up nice and tall here, really reach, 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 and then other side. So as you twist, you don't want to twist your hips. You want to keep your hips in space the same. Twist your upper body. Take your pinky finger, touch your pinky toe. That back arm's going to flip. And you're just going to play with it to make sure your weight is even. Let your head go down and really stretch. Then stacking up, twist to the right, reach, hold it here. Make sure that opposite leg is down, that arm is reaching, head's down. Pull your abs in. Then lift up, lengthen, twist the other way. So let your head go, really reach, flip that back arm. Really get a nice stretch through your back, pulling your abs in. And then now we're gonna add the breathing. You're gonna inhale up, exhale, twist. Exhale more, exhale more, exhale, and then rotate up. Inhale, start twisting, and exhale, 2, 3, and up. Inhale, and exhale, 2, 3, and lift, and inhale, exhale, 2, 3, and up. Come up here, lower down. Now you're gonna flip over onto your stomach. So you can, either way you want to. I'm just gonna do it this way because the camera I think will be better, I'm not sure. Anyway, so let's do this one. So the main thing with this exercise when you're on your stomach is try not to just press your abs into the ground. You really want to pull your abs in. So I can put my hand underneath there. Then rotate the shoulder blades on your back. Hands go right underneath, fingertips right underneath your shoulders. As you rotate the shoulder blades down, abs in, lengthen your head and tail in opposite directions, and then just come up as high as you can. Lift your hands, and then lower your head back down. And again, pull your abs in, lift your chest up as high as you can, and then lower back down. And then abs in, legs are heavy, toes are into the mat, squeeze those shoulder blades together, and then down. One more. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Neck should be long, but I keep on looking, so don't totally mirror my form. One more. Squeeze up, pull your abs in, and then lower down. Now bring your elbows forward. And start here. Rotate the shoulder blades on your back. So think of pressing your chest forward and up. Your arms can either be fists right in line with your elbows, or could be making a triangle, whatever's better for your shoulders. So as your hips press down, your abs pull in. Then you're gonna take, let's do a neck roll right here. Just hang your head, that gravity pull on it. And you're just gonna turn to the right and turn to the left. Think of still pulling your abs in as you do this. One more each side. And then let the head hang. Then here, I'm just gonna bring, for my shoulder injury, this feels better for me. So squeeze here, pull your belly button in. Now you're gonna bring your right foot towards your bottom. You're gonna squeeze the whole leg, and then you're gonna lower down. Then the left leg, and you're just gonna squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. So if you know this exercise and can go through it, you can go through it faster, just do more reps. But if you're newer to it, it's sometimes hard to figure out what to do. So we're gonna go slow. Here, abs in, squeeze, 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 and lower down. Then right leg, abs in, squeeze, 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 and lower down. And left leg, squeeze, abs in, and squeeze, 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 and lower down. And again, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. I'm doing extra. It's really only 2, but I really just want you to feel what that is like today. One more each side. Double kick in, and then down. Now, from here, if you know the double leg kick, go ahead and do that. If you don't, come back into a child's pose and hang. Let their head just go down. And if you can, reach through your arms a little, so you're getting a big stretch from the palms of your hands to your tailbone, and heads down. Then a nice stretch to do here is take your right hand, slide it all the way towards your knee, walk your left hand off of your mat, keep it stretched in front of you, and then let your head go down. And take 5 deep breaths here. Then come back into a child's pose first. Center yourself, let your head go down, press back. Then left hand goes by your knee, right arm is still reached out, it crosses the mat, head goes down. So you're reaching underneath your armpit, head's heavy. You're doing a little bit of twist in your upper body. And 5 inhales and exhales. Then come back to center. Again, go into a nice child's pose here again. And then I'm going to have you come back onto your stomach just for a second. Well, not in a second, but we're just going to do some arm work here that we normally do to the end, but because we didn't do the double leg stretch, I just think it would be a good place. Let your head go down, arms go out to the outside. You're going to squeeze your shoulder blades together and pull your abs in. Then lift your head, bring your hands by your hips, and then lower the head back down. Squeeze the back, lift, pull your abs in, reach, and then lower your head back down. Again, squeeze and lift, and lower down, and squeeze and lift. Hold it there. Pull your belly button in, abs in, abs in, abs in, and then down. Go back to a child's pose, stretch, and then turn over onto your back again. How's everyone doing? I don't see any comments, so that looks good. For those of you watching the replay, take plenty of breaks. If any of that stuff didn't feel good, don't do it. Skip it, see how you feel for the rest of the 20 minutes that we're going to be here, and just make sure you're taking care of yourself. That's the whole point of this stay at home and shelter in place. That's why I'm at my home studio today and not this regular studio. I really probably you guys would like this to be over sooner than later, so the more we could stay in, I think the best. So press the feet down, hands go to the side, rotate the shoulder blades on your back, then curl your tailbone to the back of the knees and lift your bottom up as high as you can. Then just make sure your head could be free. From here, you're gonna exhale, start rolling down and articulating your spine until one bone at a time is into the mat. Let your tailbone go. So walk forward just a little bit, rotate the shoulder blades on your back. Then again, tuck your pelvis, pull your belly button, squeeze the backs of your legs, then lift the hips up. From here, really think of squeezing your glutes. Lift your hips up a little bit higher, then roll back down one bone at a time. As you roll down, think of the last thing to go down is your lower back, then your sacrum, and then your tail. Again, tuck, squeeze the backs of the legs, peel your spine up off of the mat. Hold. Now this is your new base, so you want to come up here and really squeeze, lift the hips up. Then roll back down, one bone at a time, lowering down and lowering down. And tailbone down. Last time, and curl and lift. Press those hips up, hands go down, and then lower back down, one bone at a time, tailbone down, head down, and release. Now, go ahead and just bring your knees in towards your chest, Give yourself a nice little hug. Bring your arms to the outside. They could be cactus arms or straight out. Then legs are going to go down. So this is even great if you're just beginning. You don't want to do this whole way. We're just going to do a tick-tock. It's really small. So both legs are going to go to the right just a little bit. Hold it there. Then both legs are going to come back straight. Both legs are going to come to the left. Pull your abs in. Squeeze your inner thighs. Come back down. And again, right and in. If you're more advanced, you can lower your legs all the way down to the floor. But we're only going to be doing these nice, easy tick-tocks just to get all of this working, really active, really pulled back in. And again. And up. And one more each side. And up. Last time. And up. And bend it and give yourself a nice little hug. Now let's do the side leg series. So whichever side you want to start with. If you're on a mat, great. You're going to use that back edge of your mat as the guide. If you don't have a mat, no problem. Just think of what we're looking for is if your head's down on your arm, you want your ear in line with your bicep, elbow, shoulder, hip, all in a straight line. So this part of your body is you want it straight onto the mat. Then, once you're down here, your head could stay down, or if it's better for your neck, here. But I just don't want you to have pressure, so this could be as good as well. Once you're in the straight line and your hips are stacked one or another, so if there was an aerial view of me, my hips should be totally stacked. Now my legs are going to be at a 45-degree or more angle away from my hips, tailbone reaching that way, legs reaching that way. Pull your abs in. I want you to look the opposite direction. Then lift that top leg up. Then bring your leg to the front. Use your abs. Make sure your hip doesn't move around. You don't want it here. You're doing this. This means your hip is doing all the work. So we want to rotate the hip there and bring it in a straight line forward and back. So as you go back, think of lengthening out of your tail. And as you come forward, think of reaching through your heel here as your waist comes back. So ideally, you're trying not to move your torso at all. You're just moving the leg. Now add a little kick here and a little kick at the back. And front and back and front and back and front and back and replace. From here, if you have some rotation, go ahead and rotate. If you don't, you can keep it parallel. Your legs just don't go that high. But your leg, I only want your leg to, I don't want it to fall back. So you can bring your arm behind here if you're worried that your hips are going to move around. And you're going to lift up and lower down. Lift up. Now reach through that leg, pulling your waist back, pulling your tail back as you lower. And again, kick up and lower. And lengthen. Two more. Reach, reach, reach. Last one. Hold it here, come back in. And then little circles. Pull your belly button in. Abs go in and up. In and up. In and up. Now reverse it. Keep scooping out your abs, pulling your belly button in and up, reaching, reaching, tailbone to the back wall or behind you to your arm, and then hold. Then, if you're more advanced, go ahead and do the bicycle and rond de jambe. Then, meet us here. The leg, if you have flexibility, could come up. If that's too much for your hip, bring your knee down. Same thing, if your neck's getting tired, you can go ahead and bring your head down. Lift that bottom up, leg up. Soften your knee, and you want to do the exercise from the inner thigh and your abs. Lift up and press it back, and lift up and press it back. And 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse it, press it back and up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold it up. Pulse it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold it there. Now, turn over onto your stomach. Head, make a pillow with your hands. Bring your forehead into the pillow. Lift the legs up. Feet the legs together and apart. So side to side. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The easiest thing is to roll over on the other side. So you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to roll this way. Again, same line up. And maybe one shoulder's tighter than the other. Maybe one hip is tighter. Each side could feel totally different. That's why we do these exercises, just to work on imbalances. So then when everything's balanced, your body has a choice how to move. And you'll get less pain, less symptoms. Let me get the hair out of my face. All right, same thing, abs in. Since you know this exercise, you're gonna go forward and then kick it back. And just think you wanna start lengthening out of this side of your body too. So as that hip lengthens, so does this, and your shoulders are down. Forward and back, and in, and squeeze it back. Kick it forward and squeeze it back. Kick it forward and squeeze it back. Kick it forward, and your foot could just be relaxed. Kick it forward and back. Now replace your top leg over your bottom leg. So same thing, you can bring your arm behind you just to make sure your hips don't roll forward and back. Okay, because that's what we're trying not to do. We're trying to stabilize our hips. So teaching our leg just to move in the hip socket as you come in and lower down. And reach out. So your hip flexors aren't the primary movers of your leg, but your abs and your inner thighs and your glutes are. And lower. And lift. And lower. And lift. And lower. And lift. Hold it here. Go into parallel and do little circles. Belly button goes in and up. Keep circling. Abs in. Nice. Reverse it. Belly button in, in. Hold it there, really reach. And then if you've done the bicycle and the round jumps on the other side, do that. If not, come into here. Again, you have an option. Even if the other leg you were up, if this feels better, you can go ahead and do that. Then lift that bottom leg. 8 circles. Abs go in, and in, and in, and in, and in. And up, and up, and up, and up. One more. Reverse it. So I kind of did a little longer for people that are doing the other exercises to catch up. 2, 1, hold it there and lift it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold it and lower down. Reach through that leg. And then turn over onto your back. We're just gonna do a quick little baby twist here. So right leg is gonna go out, left knee is gonna come in. You're gonna twist the left knee as far over as you can, and you're gonna bring both your arms to the outside and just look. So your left knee's to the right, you're looking to the left. Pull your abs in, really get a nice stretch. Then come back in, use your hands if you need to. Left leg goes down. Right knee comes in, give it a little hug. You could guide the right leg over. Left leg, or both arms go out as your right knee goes to the left. You're gonna look over your right. And just get a nice stretch. Breathe, let that leg be heavy. Then come back around. Lower down. Now, teasers. If you know the teaser series, start that. If you're new to teasers, we're gonna break it down. So this is what a teaser actually, this is what you're going for in the first one. But that can be really hard if you're starting out. So bend the legs, squeeze the inner thighs together, and even if you come up here, great, perfectly fine. If you can, try to come all the way up and all the way down. But don't force it. If this is where you stop, stay there. Squeeze, 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 and then lower down. And again, lift up and lower down. One more. Lift up and lower down. Other side. Right foot down, left leg goes out. Squeeze those inner thighs together. Curl up, lift, and down. So it's super important that the belly button goes in and the inner thighs squeeze together. That makes the exercise way easier. It really does. As you lift up and lower down. And again, lift up. Hold it here. Other leg goes out. Lift, lift, lift. And then bend in. Give yourself a nice hug. And then we're going to flip over onto the stomach for swimming. So there's options for swimming. Always head down if your neck's hurting. Then, second option, just your arms up, just your legs up, or head down and both arms and legs up, or arm this or this. So find out what's best for you. I'm going to just do the traditional one. Arms and legs come up, right arm and left leg go up higher, and you're just going to do little swims. Again, I'm pulling my abs away from the mat to try to help lengthen out my lower back. And I'm just trying to, as I do this, rotate the shoulder blades on the back so my neck gets longer, my limbs get longer, everything's coming from my core, and then lower down. Before you sit back into a child's pose, you're going to tuck your toes and walk your feet together. Hands are going to come underneath your shoulders. Then forehead stays down. Lift your thighs up off the mat. Then you're just going to lift into a little baby push-up and then come to a regular push-up. Then you're going to lower down and lift. And your elbows are just going to bend. Bend into your side. Just a teeny tiny bit. Hold it there. Lower your knees, and then sit back into a child's pose. Take a few deep breaths here. And then come back up. And then to end today, I'm just gonna go ahead and just do a little bit of a side bend. There's a traditional mermaid. I'm not gonna do that today. But just think right hand onto your ankles, left arm up. And you're just gonna reach over to the side. You wanna think of pressing this side of your body that you're stretching that hip bone into the mat as you stretch. And then come back up, switch. Other arm goes up, slide the shoulder blades on your back. And then reach through your waist. And just use this elbow to lean on if you more flexibility on this side. And keep reaching, reaching. And then come back up. Then reach the arms back behind you. Come to the side, point and flex. And point and flex and do little circles. Another way. And then take one big moment to extend the legs out. And I don't want your head this way. I just want you to think of curling down on it yourself and let all the tension, if any tension was created in your neck at all during the practice, think of head down, chin to your chest. Really think of stretching here, pulling your abdomen tight, letting your head go, and then stacking up. And there you go. Thank you for joining me, you guys. If you have any questions, please email me, text me, or ask me on Thursday. All right, I hope you enjoyed your workout. I sure did. Bye.